Hello and welcome back to 4th IB's coverage of Friday Night Fights. Here, hold on a second. There was only myself and Barton before. Who's this? Who's joined us? It's only Flockton. Flockton, how are you doing tonight?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Glad to be eventually out of work and here to
Oh,
stream.
excellent. Well, we appreciate you coming on to join us today. It's going to hopefully give us more points of view to talk about, and all this other insight that comes from that. So, thank you very much for joining us along here. Before we get into anything, Angus has redeemed a lovely hydrate for 250 channel points. So thank you very much, Angus.
There you go,
So I hope
Angus.
we are all prepared for that.
Cheers, Angus.
Got some more water there.
I should have removed the label first, really.
Yeah, right placement.
Well, so thank you very much for that lovely point redeeming. I do love to get myself hydrated, and in the break, I hope everyone else was able to get themselves hydrated as well.
And that's the round over. That was a good second round. God. Not too sure what's happening
Unfortunately,
there.
hasn't quite gone like that. But let's see then. Well, Barton, I'm going to have to ask you this. How did the first round go down? And what, for anybody who missed it, what was the key points to take away from that?
Oh. Not really sure. I think you're better to defer to Flockton on that, my friend. I think he was very, very impressed. So what happened last round, Flockton?
Things went bang, bang, shoot, shoot. Mate, I've just got here. Come on.
No.
No, because I was watching on the 4IB Twitch. From what I did see, the boys did try to put in a good effort. You know, just unfortunately, them Red 4, the defenses were too good. Too good. Couldn't get through.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I think, yeah, it's quite rightly said. Perfect defense by Op4, or near perfect defense. They performed extremely well, the defending team. They won the armored engagement, so they got armed superiority and all that other stuff. Further to that, they understood what they had to do and did it. And they did PvP tactics while the attackers were still in the PvE mindset. You could definitely see it with the convoy, with the formations and everything like that, and coming in from the same angle. It will just, in terms of the information they must have had, it must have been not sufficient enough to make an attack plan, and so it fell apart. So all in all, yeah, quite correct assessment. It was a bit of a steamrolling by the defending team, especially that pocket defense on top of that roof just made it really, really hard for them to do anything. Back to you, Morgan.
Yeah, I think you've summed that up pretty well. It's definitely one of those cases where I think Blue 4 didn't really understand their wing conditions of what they need to do to actually break down the Op 4 defenses. They had some crazy ideas about going for some roundabout flank, and instead of just trying to stick to their fundamentals of how to assault a fortified position, I think they just sort of thought if we can just outthink them and mind game them and get behind them, then we'll be able to run it successfully. But they didn't think far enough ahead, and they took vehicles to give away their positions. Yeah, it was just very messy, I think, with a lot of their movements going through. They did kind of start to pull it back a little bit as soon as the engagement happened after giving themselves away. But I think it was more Op4 made a mistake, which nearly let Blue 4 back into it by pushing out of their layered defenses to form a sort of a baseline defense and match Blue 4's battle lines and to just shoot across a road to each other. But they're not full realized, well, hang on a minute, we've got a defensive point over there. Blue 4 are going to try and push round to where we are and we can just fall back. So potentially it may have just been Op4 going for some ultimate bait to try and draw Blue 4 into them, where they would be able to then just rain down onto them for the rest of the match, pretty much. But it was definitely messy from Blue 4, and I think there's definitely a lot of lessons that they can learn to take away from that. And hopefully, in this next round, they'll be able to implement some of those. We do have some information about what this next round is. But do you want to lay it down for us?
Understood. Right, it is a rush game mode. That means you got to take the first objective, then the next one, then the next one. And I believe these objectives are terminals are formed. You start a hack, 90 seconds, timer counts down, and then it explodes in a great ball of fire. Now, I've played on this map. in previous rounds. And it's extremely difficult to get the right idea, because if you're thinking from a defending mindset in this idea of game mode of rush, you know what position they're attacking first, you know the direction they're going to be come from, you know they got a numbers advantage. In this case, it's 20%. It doesn't, and because it's very narrow, the map itself, you don't really have to have an all-round defense. You can make very good battle lines, very good in-depth positions, just in this nice little valley that they're fighting in. So everything is going to be about how Op4 react to them being funneled down the valley. Now, what we tried to do when we were playing this, it wasn't the same game mode, but it was similar. What we tried to do is we tried to take the vehicles, because the attackers also have a vehicle advantage. They took the vehicles on top of each of the valleys. So you had a north group and a south group. So that's basically how we split our forces. We did group north and group south. And we had a good amount of fire going down into the valley, just cutting them to pieces that way. Problem was, we lost our patience, decided to charge in. But instead of, what you do in PvP, and you charge in from all different directions, so at least one group makes it in without everyone dying. What the charge involved was North Group coming down here and coming in the exact direction they prepared all their defenses in. And that's all of them, infantry and vehicles. And then you had the Southern Group come in and do exactly the same thing. So we basically gave up our positions on the valley in order to try to get in a rush, because we lost our patience. So for this, the attackers need to have patience, use their superiority in terms of vehicles and positioning, and dominate the ground that way. If they are allowed to be funneled and put into kill box after kill box, they will lose. That's a fact. So it's very important that they understand that they need to maintain positions, to dominate the ground, then commit once they see an opening, not just charge in, hoping for the best.
Yeah, I think you've pretty much summed up quite a lot of how Blue 4 should probably try, or Op4, the attacking team, should probably try and set themselves up. So I will ask then, I will ask to Flockton, how do you think Blue 4 should try and set themselves up defensively? Should they try and sit back in their box and sort of decide to maybe set up some kill zones in the dips, or should they maybe try and push out and maybe meet the attacking force in the field somewhere?
Yeah, I definitely agree that they should be trying to meet the attacking force out there, because if they're just going to try and set up kill boxes around their ports, if you like, then that's too late. They're already in the area. So if the Blue 4 are setting up little kill zones throughout these valleys that we're seeing, and as Barton pointed out, you know, he's seen it before, kill box after kill box after kill box, and it just withers away, which is right. So yeah, I would definitely be trying to meet the enemy force with a batter and ram technique.
Yeah, that sounds fair enough to me. Were you able to see, Barton, the vehicles that they have, that both forces have, to sort of maybe get a better idea of what we can expect? I didn't see any helicopters around, so that simplifies things, I guess, in a way. That it will be a lot of ground assaulting, and maybe that makes things simpler for the people defending. Maybe not so much on the assaulting side if they don't have any air reconnaissance. But yeah, what vehicles have these guys got to play with?
So vehicles, as I said beforehand, Op4 do have the vehicle advantage. The defenders have 3 M113s, which is a tracked APC, and the Op4 have 4 BTRs, which are, armored IFBs. So they're designed to attack infantry. Now, BTRs are fully enclosed. For the M113s, they have an exposed gunner, so they'll be more liable and more susceptible to infantry fire. So it's all about, you can just see from just the numbers alone, in terms of armored vehicles, Op4 have the advantage in there. It's just all about getting that, using that numbers, and winning the armored fight. As soon as you win the armored fight, then you can start dominating the ground really well and done north group, south group, and then dominate the ground from those hill positions. But the whole thing is, as Flockton said, killbox after killbox, that's what you want to be doing. Perfect example for defense and depth here. You have one position forward, position on the hill, position on the hill. All it's it. So you've got that defense and depth being set up, and then you've also got behind that towards Terminal 2. Depends what Bluefall want to do in terms of Terminal 1. Do they want to set up traps in here and then pull out, or do they want to try to fight here? I personally say fight from Terminal 1 straight away. As Flockton said, battering ram, sort of meet them head on, really hurt them, because you've got the ability to set up all these defensive positions and defense and depth. Yotful do not. Yotful don't have that time. They need to figure out what's going on and win that armored fight. And yeah, pretty much it. I would say Bluefall, hold your vehicles back, wait till the attackers commit, then bring your armored vehicles in to kill the other armored vehicles. And that's it. That's what they got to do.
I think that's fair enough as well. We'll have to see whether or not Bluefall decide to play it safe with their vehicles this time, or if they decide to make lots of noise and draw the enemy over to them by moving them around. Hopefully, they'll have learned from the mistakes of last round and keep them in a safer position, ready to respond to things, as opposed to having them out obvious on the front. There's a lot of foliage around that they can hide their men in to prepare these kill boxes. There's really no excuse for. Well, there's not really any opportunity either to sit anywhere else. They have to sit on the hills, or otherwise they're just in such a terrible position. They have to set themselves up, and I think the map makes it relatively straightforward for the defenders tactically about what to do, because they can't be setting up on the road. That's just a terrible idea. They have to be setting up on the hills. Because they have to set up on the hills, I think it just makes it really obvious that they have to defend in depth, because they can't build a wall all across the map in front of them to cover it off. They have to use the ground to what advantage they have. So how is it then that Op4, Flockton, how is it that Op4 here will be able to counter this defense? What is it the play that they have to do to try and give themselves the advantage here?
The main thing that they need to try and do is either avoid these kill boxes, because we've seen it time and time again on Friday night fights. They'll set up a fantastic ambush, but that one guy, the second he sees the first enemy force, opens fire. We've seen it. We can't say we haven't. Right? Giving away their position straight away. Next thing you know, there's an element flanking around the sides. What they need to do is they need to be patient. They need to play it smart. So, even if just sending the X-ray element forward, X-ray element 4 guys compared to the rest of the team, I'd say it's a pretty fair, what's the word I'm looking for? Sacrifice, if you like. It's a pretty fair sacrifice for the greater good. So that's where I stand on that.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think, Barton, do you have anything to add to that for Op4? So we have the sacrificing to maybe draw out some eager Bluefall people to understand what's going on, considering they don't have any other form of reconnaissance. But do you think maybe there's something else that can be done?
Not entirely sure, Morgan. As Flockton said beforehand, it is all about having patience. This game, it's all about winning the outside fight and then coming in. I see that Bluefall is starting to have their guys, on the very, very edge, ready to go, ready to try to harass Op4 as they come in. But as we were talking last round in terms of the vehicles and how to use them, either as a breakthrough element or as a supporting element, Bluefall need to keep their vehicles in reserve, wait till Op4 commit their vehicles, then react. But it's the other way around for Op4. Op4 need to invest their infantry, then bring their vehicles in to hit them. and is okay now to have the vehicles with the infantry, because they don't need to wait in reserve, because the main thing is that Blue 4 know which direction they're coming from. There's no element surprise trade-off, there's none of that. So at the end of the day, they need to have their vehicles with them on that front line to try to hit those kill boxes as hard as they can. That's you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I do completely agree that in this case, they need to use their vehicles to get that superior firepower straight away. That's much more beneficial here for the assaulting team than the element of surprise, trying to get any sneaky, devious maneuvers off or anything like that. If the map doesn't really hold itself well to that, and you know you're pushing into an enemy that can see a lot more than you can, you're just in a bit of a tough position from the get-go. So you need to have all the advantages you can, and your advantage in this case is the better firepower. You can have more numbers in an area, and you can have better equipment to push in. So once you break through in one area, hopefully you can then reconsolidate and then push into another area. I think potentially keeping a lot of your members within a similar vicinity will also play quite a big part for the Op4 guys as they do move in for the assault. I don't think they should try and maybe baseline it and push through slowly. I just don't think that will work. I think sticking together and breaking through point by point until they reach the caches, I think that's probably the best way to do this. What do you think about that, Flockton?
No, you're right. They need to not consolidate everything onto one push, if you like. So, have a few guys flanking, create a bit of noise, create a bit of distraction, because there is always confusion within distraction. We've seen it. We've seen it a couple of weeks ago, Barton. There was a mass confusion, and then all of a sudden there was a blue on blue. And it is one of the smartest ways to play this. Create a distraction. Again, if you don't use that X-ray element to push forward through these kill boxes, you create plenty of noise. X-ray in out before anybody even notices. If they're good at what they're doing. Not saying they're not, but we'll have to see. So yeah, that's certainly the route that I would go down with it. Get that distraction, and then try and push.
Right,
Yeah.
It looks like, as you were just saying, that the first kill box has been set up by a Blue 4 NT Humvee. But it looks like the gunner in that Humvee stayed there for too long, got injured, but he's managed to get out of there, luckily. So he has bogged down the attack already. Look how many smoke grenades have already been thrown by Op4. Just for this initial engagement, look at that. So that's definitely going to bog down attack. I'm not too sure if there was any casualties resulting from that initial burst of fire. But it definitely would hurt some people, and it definitely bogged down their initial attack. So if we look at the spread, they are doing exactly the same thing. North group and southern group. You've got a northern group here. I believe they're going to have two armored vehicles with them. Hopefully, if it's carbon copy of what we did last week. No, so no armored vehicles yet. So I believe that Op4 is keeping their vehicles in reserve. Where are these armored vehicles? Looks like it's in a central group. So they're having all their armored vehicles in one area at the moment. As far as I can make out. Where's the remainder of the Op4 BTR? So we've seen two of them. There should be two more. Where are they?
But that's smart what they've done. Using that armor, separating them. It's smart, because then it's going to get anyone with AT focused on that.
Absolutely. The best part is having these armored vehicles on their heels, that will throw off anyone firing an AT, because the sights are all designed on flat terrain, right?
Yeah.
So the elevation can throw off someone that's not very experienced with that AT stick.
Exactly.
So that's why we decided in the previous matches I did this, is that we had north and south group and the vehicles stay on the hills, because it would just give us the best possible survivability. Now, it looks like they are going to be operating as an independent element, as a breakthrough item, because they're all gathered in one position, and it looks to be like they're going to go down the valley. straight down the main road, which would be very interesting play. It's certainly in keeping with the game mode's name, Rush. But I'm not really sure how well that tactic will pan out for the attacking team. They've already been bogged down. Back to you, Morgan.
Yeah, it's pretty clear what they're trying to go for with the split up. I guess they don't really want to make it obvious where they're going, and with that one element sort of slowing themselves down and not revealing themselves just yet, then yeah, it leaves that speculation in the minds of the Blue 4 guys. Though, there's always that, oh well, what if they're over there? What if they're over there? Um, until you know where they all are, that's sort of what you're looking out for. But yeah, they're pushing through down across the hills, and I do wonder if they will be spotted by that X-ray element, the Blue 4 X-ray element that we did see running about a couple of seconds ago. Maybe he has spotted something. It's Rudd, yeah, maybe Rudd has spotted something, and Dryden as well. I don't know if they have. And if they have, then they're kind of on the path, it looks like, for what the other 4 guys will be pushing towards.
We've got the same mistake again, Morgan. Let me
Trying to
drive
go
a big
for the
loud
Steve
vehicle
Ray.
right next to the bloody infantry.
And we
Great
thought that
idea.
couldn't be done.
We seen that a couple of weeks ago as
I
well.
know.
That was quite interesting.
You do it from the movies, man. That's what they like to do. But it's not exactly a recipe for a good tactic, especially not in a PvP environment. So you got Foica, who's probably going to be the first person to spot, or we has to do is hear the vehicle coming over the hill. So
I mean, they're looking in that direction already, so he's spotted or he's heard something.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll see something. I definitely think he'll hear it, because there's a lot of foliage between him and the Op4 forces.
Yeah.
So I personally believe Blue 4 have the impression that they are amassing their attack to the south. Looks like one of the Blue 4 vehicles has managed to come around and flank them even. So that'll be interesting. Maybe to see what you can gather from their spawn. But again, you got the X-ray elements, our boys to the north, and Foica is going to be in a rude surprise if he doesn't realise that they're coming over the hill.
I don't think there's much chance of that, though. With the vehicle coming up, he's bound to hear it. And yeah, just giving away that whole maneuver. We were praising it a couple of minutes ago with how smart it seemed.
He's found it. He's heard it.
Yeah, snapped on. There we go.
Just snapped on the same direction.
Yeah, there we go. They've just given away that whole assault. Hopefully, though, for Op4, Foica only thinks it might be a reconnaissance vehicle and is keeping himself sort of just out of the way of it. He'll call it up, of course, but
no, these guys are breaking the hill line, so he's probably seen the infantry as well.
Silhouettes, and that's it.
One of the basic 5S's in the M silhouette.
Yeah. So yep, he's spotted that and he's trying to crawl back as best as he can. I'd recommend to get his weapon out so he can just jump this HMG that's coming on top of him.
I mean,
come on,
could throw his binoculars at him, right?
Go on, Foica! Do it, Foica! Do it!
Dude, binoculars actually hurt when they get thrown at you, It's going to give him enough time to get his weapon out.
Come on, Foica. You can see it. You can hear it. No, Foica.
So close.
I actually feel like so nervous right now. Like, come on, dude.
Foica. See if he pops up now. He's literally. Oh, Foica. Foica, come on, man. Just take it. It's a juicy target. Come on. Nom on it.
It's like I had the scouting roll perfectly.
HMG versus a 5.56 weapon. I know which one is probably going to favour the odds into there.
One Foica. I've got to look at what else is going to. Looks like Foica is surrounded now. Op4 Northern Group. Oh no. Foica, no. Foica, why?
It's what I said earlier.
What? No.
Yeah,
I want to watch Foica die. No.
There was not enough patience.
No, not at all.
If he had
Foica's not having a good day. Foica, get him, Foica, shoot him! Yes, Foica! We got him! Yes! Grenades! He's got another one! And he's run them over! Oh my goodness! Grenades! Foica, do it more! Foica, he's done it again! He's done it again! He's got another one! Go on, Foica! Yes, he's done it! Oh, he's doing it! He's loving it! Go on, Foica!
You're talking about the movies before, Barton. Foica's
I know,
pulling off
right?
a full-on
Go
Rambo
on,
right
Foica!
here. Tiny
Oh, he doesn't know,
enemy
he
line.
doesn't know.
He's got Rambo first blood on them, you know.
Foica, little cheek,
Even the
he's got
minigun.
4 kills, he's loving life.
Now, Bart,
Yeah.
I'm going to allow you to say it. This is...
This is content.
There it
Right
is.
here. Yes, Foica. Go on, Foica. You got this. You got this. It's okay. Foica, I
think he's
know
got
they're
away
looking
with
at. I
it
know
too.
they're looking for you, Foica. Just go back and start shooting them again.
What he needs to do is, he needs to get the rest of his section to start that harassing, disturbing fire to get Foica back to them, to then have that full-size section firepower again. Yes, fair enough. Losing one man and still having the rest of the section, but they know where he is, they know where the enemy are.
Here we go.
They need
Foica's
to
doing it
focus
again.
that.
Foica's doing it again. He's just going to come really close to me. He's not even going to risk long range. He's
But
just
if
going
he's
to
coming
come
from
up.
this direction, they may not, even if they see him, they may not quite
No,
clock that-
Foica.
Oh, he's been caught.
Another grenade. Oh. Did he trade?
I am going to point out, however, Barton, I have never seen you that excited during a Friday night fight.
Foica, man, he
That was
got it.
incredible. Yeah,
It
that
was.
He's turned
injured
he's
another
turned the
man.
game, yeah.
Yeah, he's done quite well, that Foica.
But hats off to Foica, that was very well played.
Yeah,
That was very devious, you could say. Very
So
Now,
with this lull in the action on this side, shall we have a look over and see what's going on the other flank? It doesn't look
So you
like
got the
too
Southern
much.
Group.
Yeah.
Southern Group has a heavy amount of armoured vehicle support. Right? And they're starting to shoot out at the infantry on the following hill. So this is their hill positions here. And you've got the M113, so you've got a vehicle and vehicle combat shortly. One M113's smacked this BTR. So that BTR is getting up to these SWATs. I think that's Cruz now dead. Yep, Cruz now dead. So that M113 should have won that engagement. They're only referencing off the tracers, so I think the M13 is somewhat alright. He just needs to turn back in now, because that's usually just infantry fire coming in. Oh, no, it's a BTR fire. So M113 has managed to get one, but he's gone the wrong way. He won a reverse, buddy, not advanced. There you go. Oh, no, he's undecisive. Go on, shoot.
I think he's just trying to get a better line of sight.
Yeah, but
He's got all
definitely
that foliage.
he's exposed himself needlessly in this position, I believe. So yeah, Top 4 has lost one of their BTRs, is now uncrewed, but it might be salvageable.
Hold on
But
a minute.
you've just
Talking
got
of
3 BTRs in the
deviousness,
same spot. What's going on?
if you bring up your map again, it did look like some Op 4 guys have flanked all the way around and are just behind Terminal 2. What's going on? What's going on there?
All the way
Snuffle.
onto. Oh yes, that is correct.
How have they got
They're
there?
from
Oh,
spot.
What are
wow.
they doing?
Did not even see them.
Although you know this isn't actually the target, guys. You've got to take the first one before you do this one. So yeah, I guess they've come here. I'm not. They're causing some casualties, but they've actually taken more casualties than they've actually dished out.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's still quite smart. Again, going back to that, create the distraction.
Yeah, that's very
You know?
true. But here they're liable to get defeated in detail in this position because
Oh yeah,
superior
100%.
garrison. Absolutely not.
100% they're done for.
As you can see, Otful's attack is somewhat bogged down. You've got a strong firing position on this hill here, but again, there's no commitment from the infantry. The infantry have pulled back and allowing the vehicles to take the front line more often or not. The M113, how's that doing? It's been pulled off the hill. I think its gun has been destroyed, that is why. So they don't know that they've destroyed the gun, but we've still got the situation where you got harassing fire coming from the Blue 4 Northern Group with a hard point they made on this hill. firing down into the valley, and I think all momentum that Op 4 has is now gone, and now they're reacting to what the defense is doing instead of the defense reacting to what they're doing. It's not too good.
Looking across the map, there's there's places, people in all sorts of places all over the shop, pretty much. I don't really know what else to say. Foica's taken out, a lot of guys by himself, and then unfortunately went down with hero plays. And then we've got people flanked just everywhere. People who are behind enemy lines on both sides. It's almost like there aren't even lines at this point. They've just sort of just gone wherever they feel like. I, for one, am enjoying watching the chaos unfold.
Oh, you say that just as one guy gets absolutely destroyed. Wow. You actually couldn't have timed that any better, to be fair, Morgan. Well done.
But hopefully, it's not all over for Op 4. Hopefully, they're able to try and push and get things done. If we have a look at how their assault's going on the north side.
I have to admit, though, Morgan, you're doing quite well. You're commentating as well as playing.
I know, I saw that, yeah.
Look at that, yeah. That's how I knew they were behind the whole time. Just wanted to draw attention over.
They're just going to be doing medic for Terminal 1 hacks just started. So Op 4's finally gone in and realised that it's not been garrisoned by Blue 4. But now that was the easy objective, and they've already lost the BTR.
By the looks of things on the map, that's been quite a push that they've put through, though.
Oh, you got Blue 4 Humvee engaging the command element of Op 4 now, taking them out. That's 2 down from Op 4.
Just ripped through them.
And he's gone unconscious.
Oh.
That's devastating. That is most of their organisation for an attacking piece gone in that just short burst there.
What he needs to do now, though, is he needs to make sure that that guy there who's unconscious currently, he needs to double tap him.
Yeah.
If he gets back up, the Op 4's still got some form of a command element.
And as you were saying that, he's now nothing more than a pile of blood.
Morgan, I think we're just on a good wavelength tonight, mate.
I
think so. Just able to calculate everything. It's like what we say happens, I think, is how it's going right now.
So at the moment, you've just got people exchanging fire over large distances, which is kind of irrelevant if they're being harassed and fire. You got BTRs shooting at this hard point. Again, they're shooting at a hard point. They're not exactly doing a lot of damage with the ammo. And they're not really causing much breakthrough.
Yeah,
You've got some guy in an AT stick out, well out of effective range, because those have an effective range by, what is it, like 400 or something?
He's hoping for.
It's like an Apache sitting at, 20,000 feet in the air trying to fire a 30 mil down.
Gravity is going to give that thing more energy than it's actually firing.
Exactly. So unless he's, aiming for the horizon and above, he's going to be lucky.
Morgan, you're doing pretty well over here, though. Still alive. It's pretty good.
Oh, look at that! I am.
Yeah, well done, mate. Well done.
Still going for it. I mean, now the Terminal 1's been destroyed. This could be the moment. Sneak in there.
Yeah. Although we do have a dirty little rule coming over. Oh no, you died. Sorry. So, as you see now, Op 4 Northern Group is starting to make an attack on this hard point to the north. What Blue 4 has done here hasn't really got many positions that can also support this hard point. It's very isolated, all these points. It's good at supporting the central points here, but it's all kind of got it the wrong way round. This should be the forward position, and then these two should be behind it. But they basically made a defense plan as if they were going to garrison this as their first point, but it's basically just been given up on. So BTRs are now in the valley, fighting from inside the valley itself, and now going to be, more liable to be hit with AT sticks and more likely to be hurt by M2s. If you see this guy on the M2, if you can see that there's BTRs in the valley, he can certainly do a lot of damage. Does he have the gun
Fire is
depression for that?
coming in. I don't think he does have the impression. I don't think he can quite angle it down to the valley. And they are taking shots now from their northern side and shots from all over.
What is he doing?
I'm not sure. I think I must have been called out that there was fire coming
Enemies,
in from
yeah.
behind. Yeah, he's even firing off into that direction now. Fortunately,
Oh, those BTRs are putting some good fire down there. You got southern group of Op4 now coming to clash with Blue 4 elements to the south. This is going to be a very deciding fight here. For this hill, if Blue 4 are able to cause enough casualties, that will be it. But as you can see, they're being caught out in the open, these Op4 guys.
I think the phrase you're looking for, Barton, is caught with their pants down.
Somewhat, yeah, he's dead. The rest of them are somewhat hiding. But I think this might even come down to timer. Oh, because no one's making a... there's no... Oh my goodness. Oh, we just missed a bit of content on the north, sadly. It looks like this Dishka that Foica graciously greeted with his firearm earlier has now been taken out. So the crew's still alive, but that vehicle's no longer in functionality. You got a nice line made by the BTRs that are left. You've also got this trailing Humvee hiding behind their lines, waiting for them to commit. He'll get radioed. They're committing to an attack. Please come, and then they'll attack him and kill them all. You see, that is what will probably happen. So that is going to be a very dangerous thing for Op4 to deal with.
Didn't realise you were part Italian there, Barton.
I just get excited, you know.
That's all the Zeus work you've done that.
voice acting paying off.
Exactly.
I do want to ask the question though quickly while we have some time. Flockton, if you were in charge of Op4, so your command element has just been taken down and you've now just assumed command.
Okay.
What is it that you're calling out to your guys to try and get the victory here?
I mean, no, I can't say that. We're live. It would definitely be try and set up as best you can an all-round defense on Terminal 2. Yes, it can be spread quite thin. However, it's going to give you some idea of where the main attacking force is coming from. You know, so if you spot that main attacking force, you can get a few more guys over there. You can get some heavy weapons over there. By heavy weapons, I mean, you know, chain-fed machine guns. Get them there. Get down that base of fire. The more rounds going down towards them, the more they're going to keep their head down. The longer they're going to take to attack, the quicker the timer can run out. That's potentially how I would do it, to be fair.
Okay, that seems fair enough to me. And then Barton, if you were the other side, how would you approach the situation? Trying to get the victory for yourself.
Am I the attacking side or the defending side? Well,
you're the attacking side here.
Attacking side. What? Again, I need to dominate these hills. I need to make this what they're doing now in terms of the south. They're trying to win the hills before they win anything else. Blue 4 has abandoned their northern hardpoint and fallen back to another position, but I don't think it's as reinforced. They may have given up that position a little bit too quickly, but as the commander for Offa, I'd use that position against them. I know there's a really nice firing position around about here that can really shoot down into this and cause a lot of problems. Now, it's all about using your vehicles. You've been given vehicles as an advantage for a reason, and that's how everything works. So at the moment, yeah, you just got to come out as a line, make sure there's no flanking forces there to harass you, and just try to pick apart the defense with your superior numbers. But it's all about how you use these vehicles, and these vehicles can't be used as breakthrough items, so they have to be spread around the infantry, which they are not being at the moment. They're sort of in a limbo between a breakthrough item, because they're all gathered in one place, and supporting the infantry. See the issue there?
Yeah, they haven't really decided what it is they want to be doing, so they hesitated. Yeah, maybe put themselves in a bit of a difficult situation. But I don't think it's going so badly for them at the moment. They've foregone an assault, I guess, with all the armor, and have used them more supportive at the moment. As this guy stood up with his AT stick on his arm.
What?
All right. All right.
Do the laws of physics not apply here? Like, what is-
So,
2
yeah,
seconds, guys. I'm going into the back garden. I'm going to throw a football as high as I can in the air, see if I can get it to orbit the planet. Like, what just happened?
you just fired an AT stick off it,
A
just
rock?
into the sky, thinking that the gravity is 5 times more,
Oh.
5 times stronger than what it actually is.
He had an idea, and sometimes that's all that's needed. He definitely had an idea. Unfortunately, it was the wrong idea, but the idea was there, and I can see what he was going for. Unfortunately, his angle was way off. But if he'd have hit that, it would have been the hero play, and we'd have all been applauding him. But
I think you're trying to
It
turn
was
that
nowhere
rocket
near.
into Superman. Turn
I
back
think
time
so.
a bit, you know?
Yeah, it was interesting. Is this a flank? Is this a devious flank going on, or
Yeah, a little bit of a flank by this B4AT guy.
There is one thing I would like to point out, though, and I say this every time we're together, and that is the attacking side have lost all momentum. They've attacked objective 1. We all know, guys, as members of the 4IB, momentum is key for attacks. Once you've cleared one position, keep going. Don't stop and don't get into a lull.
I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you there, Flockton, but I think Foica is now a zombie.
Yeah, I'm seeing this as what?
Foica, what are you doing?
What?
Don't go eat them.
What is going on tonight?
What is this? He's got Foica's now running around going to eat them. He actually looks like a zombie with the blood on the arms. And okay, that's fine. He's okay.
he's lost all his kills credits as well? So
He's lost his weapon system. But what's he? What?
Like Foica died earlier. He's dead. So
Definitely
Foica's
died.
arisen again.
Yeah.
They just come to eat them.
Dryden?
What's going on? So you got Op4 intermixed. The northern group is completely broken apart, and as I said, that southern firefight for this hill here, it looks to be that Blue Force won that fight. Now, that really decided what happened. Really, that was the main thing. That firefight would have decided. So you can see their northern group's completely broken apart. Blue Force intermixed. Blue Force got zombies on their side. It's just completely broken that northern group. On the southern group, you've now finally using the vehicle as a infantry support item, but it's a little bit too late, I think, because they haven't really been able to really pin down Blue for too much. You've got Olaf really pushing around, getting that flank on this guy. That's one. Gets killed by the other, so he's injured one, and the other one's still... Oh, no, he traded. That was a good trade from him.
Go on, Stark. Go on, son. Oof.
I believe Stark is making some really good rounds with his marksman rifle down south. So Stark is doing very, very well. He's firing both across the valley and on his own valley, and he's really, really hurt this attack. How many kills has he got? He's got no kills, but it looks cool.
He's putting down that suppressive fire, though. You know, them guys were trying to get into that vehicle. As Stark's pinging rounds at them, it's definitely delaying that. As he's actually getting into a firefight. Go on, son.
It looks like Blue Force preparing to do a rush down onto the point. They're planning on doing a rush down. I believe this may be an APC version. They're looking to use this as an armored transport to get in and go into it. You also got this BTR sort of being some support fire. It's hurting this position up here. But again, this is the M113. Ooh, it's going to be very rough for them, whoever's in that. So yeah, you got this big push coming in. It's like last hurrah coming from Op4. Their main attack groups are kind of collapsed. Stark goes down in the north from small arms. So you got this coming through here It looks to be. We also got Lords of Dust making a devious little play here. Look at this. Look at him. Come on, Dusty boy. You got this. But he might have already been spotted out by Corporal Bedlenti. Go on, Lord Dust. Nice, very good. So Lord Dust coming in, trying to cause more hurt. These vehicles coming in is now breakthrough item. Try to get in and hurt them. So they're... Oh, AT shot. That's the thing you got to worry about. AT shot comes straight in. That's thick black smoke. That's likely to go up. So you got all these OPFOR now in and amongst what's going on, not clearing the immediate area. So they're coming in, taking the first position, not doing it. You got Nemesis coming around here, very good PvP player. Got behind this rock, now going to be coming up, and now he's going to go on a rampage. Oh no, spoke too soon. He's dead.
I think that was. You could see where the rampage was coming from, though, and his mindset was in the right place.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the
Lord
AT
Dust.
just completely knocking out the BTRs. Everything a bit of a difficult spot here for OPFOR.
Lord Dust being caught out by the supporting fire by Bluefor. We need to get in and start mixing with Bluefor in close combat because he's likely to be shot from long range now. So you need to get moving. Get over this nice little Hesco, get in, that they're not defended, get some nice kills. But OPFOR have made a break in here. It's all up to these elements of Bluefor on the hill to destroy this final attack. But think about this, they've used their vehicles as a breakthrough item, but didn't have the breakthrough part of it. They had two vehicles, they didn't pin them down, it was just all a charge in, and now they've lost their entire armored force. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the firefight here. If OPFOR are somewhat able to take this area without having too many casualties, Lord Dust coming in. Look at this cheeky man, he's coming in. No! Oh, Lord Dust.
Make a terrible boxer, you like.
I know, he's gone. He's gone, he died, sadly.
Yeah.
So Lord Dust, he got quite a lot of Bluefor casualties in the mix in the courtyard and inside this building. So it's all about what this decides. And, oh, we've got another flank by OPFOR coming up. Weapons lowered? No, there we go. Go back up. He was just, all right. He's coming up. What you need to do is you need to be right there. Just get right on top of them. Start causing some problems. You can see Rule is they're more focused on trying to harass the attack coming in. He's using his grenades now, landing probably quite close to Rule. The effectiveness of those grenades.
This is the Bluefor command element. I think Eason was the company IC, so. It could be very significant in terms of tide.
He realised he's lost his legs. He's been legged here, so he won't be. He's not able to move. He's probably just got to fight here. So he knows.
Again, another case of impatience. I think if he'd have just taken his time, pushed up more, he probably could have got it done.
Exactly. We're all flanking him as well, so yeah, really hard. So I believe just from the loss of momentum, you still got the northern group somewhat there, but southern group is gone. It got destroyed after they made this push in. As you can see, southern group, whatever's left of it is here on the point and it's now being outflanked. So very hard job. This is a very hard map for an attacker to actually do a lot with, especially because it's the valley and the fact that you can just make perfect defense and depth here.
Yeah.
So back to you, Morgan.
And at this point, it might be safe enough to call it for a Bluefor victory. It's going to be very difficult for OPFOR to get in with what little they have at the moment. It's just some scattered elements around by the looks of things. So I'm going to have to probably call it at this point, I think. Yeah. I can't see how OPFOR do get back from this. But Flockton, if you were OPFOR, how do you think that you could get back from this? Like, what can you try and rally your guys to do for this assault?
I mean, I was literally about to say to you, as you were saying, you're going to call it a Bluefor victory. We've seen a lot more from a lot less, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we've seen, an Op 4 which has been diminished, I guess, would be the right word. And they've came through and they've got a victory. So I'm swinging both ways on this.
Sorry, what?
Really, Barton? Really?
Just curious. Come on.
What they need to do is one final hurrah. They need to fix bayonets, and they just need to get in there. That's what they need to do. They're delaying the inevitable at this point. It's all I can say on it. Final push. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, better look next round.
I think you're right on that. They have to just resort to chaos at this point.
Yeah.
Tactically, it's kind of against them. They're massively outnumbered. The 15-minute time has literally just popped up as well. Pressure's on for them to get something done. And at this point, you just kind of have to hope that they can pull off something crazy. And like you said, it's not unheard of that something like this has happened, but
Exactly.
they need to be the ones to make it happen at this point. I don't think they can wait for Blue 4 to make a mistake. I think they just need to be the ones to take their own destiny into their own hands and get in there and start getting things done. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they've been able to do that. They just tried to do a slight push in and just got mowed down on the ground before. But the thoughts are there, I guess, or maybe they weren't. That was the problem. Maybe they faltered before getting in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely getting in there is the play at this point with so few numbers left. You've just got to get things done, I think.
They're just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all they're doing.
So it's like Blue 4 Command is now on the front line against Group North.
Hoorah! We're there. We're not American.
Group North. So it's 4B got being pushed by. Whoa! Nice taps from that guy. So it looks like Blue 4 Command's pulling back, getting out of that fight. Off-4 taking another casualty there. Someone's gotten on the BTR and starting to harass. Yep, starting to take some people out now, actually. So it's all about that BTR. Can that guy on the Humvee start, showing what's what? Or is he hiding in the driver's seat? Probably hiding in the driver's seat.
I think the 50 cal being located there is quite a smart play. Anyone coming in from the front gate has got perfect eyes on.
Absolutely. He just needs to get on his gun and start lighting up that BTR, because then he can take it out.
I think the second he gets on
there
that
we go.
gun, though. Oh. Spoke too soon, I think.
Oh, he's not on the He's not shooting at the BTR. He's probably not communicated the BTR is currently active.
I mean, you would guess the noise of the weapon going off. You would kind of
there's enough
use your big
indicators
brain.
to know. There's enough indicators to know, but no, he's more concerned with doing other things. So he's not going to fire at the BTR, and I wonder if the BTR is going to fire at him.
It's literally what I was about to say just before we realised he got on the gun. If the BTR spots that Hummer first, good night.
Looks like
they're looking at each other.
Yeah, they were looking at each other. Looks like you can see it. Curious what's going on here. Going to try to repair the vehicle?
I don't know, but that man is naked.
He's repairing the vehicle. It's very interesting. So you got Op4 still pushing up on 4IB here. 4IB in a good position to flank or to get a nice side shot onto this man. But look at that, both looking exactly the same way, coming up. Oh, that's insulting. 2 kills. Run, buddy. Nice. He gets away. He doesn't even get hit.
Away.
Didn't even get hit. That's insane. He's exposed himself a lot on that angle. So this guy's pretty decent. He's got 4 kills. Time to throw more grenades. That's landing perfectly against that guy. And he goes. He's gone. He's gone. He's out of the game. So that grenade, that was perfect. So yes, very dangerous now. 4 of these back on the front lines against what's left of Group North. Looks like Op4 has repaired their BTR, and it's now taking the fight more onto the point. Flockton, I think you're right. It's actually getting more. Actually, you can't really call it at the moment. It depends on how these guys do. They can really, really hurt them.
Exactly. That's why you should never count your chickens before they hatch.
I think you're right, and yeah, I wasn't expecting him to repair the BTR.
Shut
and
the
then
charge over.
jump
He's done it.
across.
He's got the charge up. Big bang.
Go on, son.
And he kills himself with the charge. Kills the blue four, but he kills himself as well. He got that flanking vehicle from ages ago, if you remember, is now starting to hit that BTR and has killed the occupant of the BTR. Other M2s also opened up on that BTR. It's looking to destroy the gun. Very good, very good. You got Broken stealing the N113 away from 4IB here. Command's putting back to the last point. They're probably looking unsure because they don't know the strengths of each other at the moment. So Blue 4, in order to play it safe, I think their northern group, Blue 4's northern group, should pull back to Terminal 3 and hold it with all the men they have. But at the moment, you've got this current close quarters combat inside the point. Let's see what happens. He knows that there's someone on that.
The fact that, 4 or 5 of the Blue 4 guys have just run away from one guy of Op 4. Again, it's like a scene out of a movie.
They both run out of money. Switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading.
Oh, right. Okay. I was like, what? But no, yeah. They think that they're a larger force than they actually were.
Quite possible, definitely.
Yeah. Able to do a significant amount of damage by just himself. So
exactly. The timer's on.
Yeah.
I was on. Terminal 2 hack started. Eriku, very rough against not getting that kill there. He's been knocked unconscious. He's back up. Can he make it count?
Oh.
No, he's just sitting there. No, he's just bedding. Is he going to get the guy on the gun? Yes, he does. In he goes, saves the point. Eriku's probably going to go inside that house and med up. You've got... It's still Blue 4's game at the moment.
Yeah, there are very few numbers here for the Op 4 guys. Blue 4 definitely, and they've managed to pause the hack as well. So it's not like they could have potentially, if they'd have been able to get that terminal down, then yeah, they just have to make a sprint for Terminal 3 and get a hold on that first. If Eriku could, sneak it away, then fair place to him. It's definitely possible. And it's closer now than I think it was 5 minutes ago as well. I think that's something that's quite interesting to see.
Oh, you've got an Op 4 person trying to flank this guy in the Humvee, but the Humvee gets away. The guy turns in. Good call there. Got another man flanking the flanker. It's all going down, man. It's all good. So he knows where he is. He can see the shots coming from. It's looking the wrong way still. Very interesting what's going on here.
Yeah, I guess he thinks he's up the
Shout
next
Sir's
hill.
just going to tap him in the head if he doesn't spot him.
Yep.
Oh, they don't spot each other. Wow, great. What the?
No, I know sometimes spectating doesn't always put things in the best lights, but
certainly injured him. Throws more grenades out. That's going down a hill, so that's going to be quite. And it's a swing. All right. Looks like Eriku pushing. Indigo Fox taking down Eriku. Looking to execute. Very good, finally.
Of course he is.
there we go. Yep, and I think it went Indigo Fox.
So it does look like the Blue 4 has played the safe option, pulled back to Terminal 3, unknown of the state of things there. Vic coming into the compound now. He's going to try to figure out who killed his friend there. M2 Humvee coming in as well. Trying to shoot at the guy that's killed the man up here. Oh, that's me. So yes, killed the man up here. So he Op 4 again's won that engagement up on that hill. So you can just see on the map how little there is.
Yeah, for both sides at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all down to PvP's skill now, completely. Vic and Indigo Fox going at it here. It gets flanked by Brocken. Brocken doing a really good job this round. 7 kills to his name. You got M2 coming in as a Humvee coming in as reinforcements. He's going to peek. He's going to see the guy in that window. He's probably seen him. He's looking for that tap, isn't he? He's looking for that headshot, that tap. Is he going to get it? Is he going to get it? Come on. Juicy, saucy. Get that bit of content. No, you're going the wrong way. No, look. Go on. Get it. It's there. Get him. There he is. You can see him. Come on. No, you're going down. Okay. He's loving it. Brocken's got very good movement skills because in PvP it's all about movement that gets you most kills in your positioning. Brocken pushing up now. Very good movement from Brocken. Reading it. Blue on red. He's seen GG legs. Have you seen it? No, he's got tunnel vision. Running around. Jib wakes up, then goes unconscious again. Probably is too low blood to actually properly wake up. Brocken trying to clear this building he fought the guys previously in. Still thinking that Opfor's there. There's going to be no communication between these two. There'll be communication between these two, not between the Opfor. That's the problem. Going to make a push in. He's probably seen him. Very nice kill by him. This man is too low on blood to wake up, as far as I'm aware. So he won't be on it.
Oh,
very close here, isn't it?
So they should be able to then complete the Terminal 2 hack.
It's all about time, though. It's all about time because our guys down at Terminal 3 have had time to set up defenses, familiarize themselves with the area, right? They're holding it down quite well.
Looks quite familiar, that area.
Yep. One up there, one up there, one there. So that's a very good defense. And it looks to me that Opfor has somewhat secured this area. Now it's going to try to reorganize, but you have a matter of 2 men. But also, you've got a person that hasn't got any comms as a 3rd man.
4? No, 3.
3. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think there was an unconscious Op4 guy just up the road slightly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that's where the confusion came from.
Yeah, he's not got enough blood to wake up. So the guests they're all meeting up, gonna have a chance. Oh, we won, guys! We got it. But yeah, they still haven't realised this guy isn't actually ragdolled fully, or he isn't like the way he tells that the weapon is usually independent of the body, as you see it moved with the body there.
Yep.
So they're taking both vehicles. Are they going to realise he's still alive? No. So they're taking the M2 because the VTOL is probably out of commission. And they're going to make a last push to that area.
Wow. And this is it. It all comes down to
this. This is it. This is our boys in 4IB against what's left of Op4.
So it's a 4v3, I think that is. 4 for Blue 4, 3 for Op4. Blue 4 have the defense advantage, but Op4 have the vehicle. And yeah,
guy bled out here.
Down to this.
Man, yeah, he's gone. Oh, it's all down for this, isn't it? All down for this. Oh.
I don't know if I can see it yet.
All down for this. So you've just got between the two now. So Op4 have a superior weapon system, but Blue 4 have superior positioning, and superior positioning often wins in PvP. They're coming down the main road, probably going to slam in, try to get the pack straight away.
They have some idea of where the
80 is prepped, but he's got no area for backblast, so he'll just probably knock himself out with that.
Yep. I can tell you firsthand what that's like.
Here, they're going to take the tower guys. They're going to play a key role here, but he's a bit scared. He's all right.
I mean, even if he steps out, step to the left or the right of the tower, you've then got enough room for your backblast.
Yeah, he's more concerned with getting those infantry kills. They're looking to breach in now. Rocken coming through the other door. And finally Rocken goes down. The other guy's clipping through the door, but gets killed by the other man there. Vic getting caught up by the man on the tower. Too much GG.
I think this is the last man. Vic is the lone survivor now.
Good
Op 4.
defense by Blue 4 there. Vic lone survivor of Op 4, other than that other conscious fella. Waiting on this now. Is Smith going to read it?
I mean, that guy could be an absolute G and wake up last second.
Yeah, could do.
You know?
Likely won't. Vic.
Probably won't, but...
Vic and Smith coming around here. Smith getting down. Game over.
Come on, Smith.
Ah,
There it is.
that's game.
So, after that very lengthy exchange towards the end there. So it started off with a lot of action. Foica picking up 4 kills near instantly. Very impressive there by him. And then after that, the attacks started to slow down. And I think you mentioned it earlier, Flockton, about the momentum from the attacking force.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, they definitely stopped their momentum. They had a very good push going on one of the sides.
Mm-hmm.
They could have potentially continued it going and been fast and aggressive and getting things done.
Exactly.
But they seemed to just take too long to consolidate before getting actually onto anything that was significant. And yeah, just from there, it made it very difficult for them to be able to complete anything.
Yeah.
So with that round then, let's have a quick summary of it from, Flockton. Go for it. Give us a quick summary of that round there.
What's the matter, Barton? So, the Blue 4 done exactly what we discussed. They tried to set up them kill boxes. Unfortunately, the Op 4 had a little bit more firepower. Foica, absolute, hats off. Absolute G. Like, that I'm gonna say it. Play of the game. Play of the game right there.
Yeah, I think so.
So from there, the Red 4, Op 4 managed to get that push into Terminal 1, which, let's face it, there was another 2 after that. Losing 1 terminal, fine. We then had the discussion in regards to Blue 4 have got this, to which then the Op 4, they've done a fantastic fight back. To bring it down to 4 versus 3, absolutely well done. And then they got Terminal 2. So moving on to Terminal 3, the Blue 4 were already set up in a defensive position. We had the AT in the tower and infantry in and around the building of the terminal. They tried to push the terminal, unfortunately met by spray of weapon fire, shall we say. And then finally, last guy, was it Vitak? Vitak? Was that his name?
Vic or something, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, losing that firefight to Smith with the cheeky little peek to the right. So yeah, Blue 4, well fought and well earned victory.
Yeah, I have to say it was a close game down towards the end. Yeah, Foica, player of the game. I think the way that he killed all of Op4's momentum and plans, I think if he hadn't have been there to do that, they would have been able to move forward with whatever it was that they'd planned to do much easier.
Yeah.
And probably had a much better advantage, but he was able to call out that they were there and take out several key players on the Op4 side. And also, another impactful point is that Op4 lost their command element relatively early on as well. It was just annihilated by, I don't remember exactly what it was. I don't remember if it was a flank from a vehicle.
It was a flanking MT Humvee.
There we go, yeah. So, just wiped it out. So we've mentioned what we think our key points of the game are. So you guys in chat, I'd like to hear from you guys what your key points of the game were. And we'll go through some of those after the break. So we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.